Ryan McCaffrey, Sean Finnegan, welcome to IGN. This is Gears of War 4's Horde 3.0 mode.
Yes, it is.
Sean, you got to spend 2 days up at the Coalition in Vancouver. You played it. You were the first media members, the first people outside of the Coalition to finish all 50 waves, and right now we're looking at each of your boss waves. So this is a smaller, contracted look at an entire Horde run.
Absolutely. So yeah, me and Alana went up to the Coalition in Vancouver, and we got to play 2 straight days of the campaign and multiplayer. Basically, we wanted to show you this because, one, like Ryan said, we were the first people to finish Horde mode outside of the dev studio itself. But the boss battles are really interesting and unique, and your strategy has to really change depending on which ones you get. So right now we're getting this guy who kind of like jumps around the map and has a huge amount of range. And you saw
Snatcher,
earlier
apparently,
right there. Snatcher. But apparently, like, and this happens multiple times. You saw it there right at the beginning of this round. Was he eats you up. And you can see out from inside him, and your buddies have to really go up there and like hit him in order to be able to knock you out.
Oh my goodness! This map. So the map you're playing on is called Reclaimed.
Right.
This
is one of the ones here on IGN first.
That's right. We revealed this, and I really liked the looks of this map. How was this map to play?
So it's really nice because there's different elevations, right? There's like a high ground, which is kind of isolated in a little bit of a corner. And then there's this mid ground, which you're on right here, which kind of gives you great access to the rest of the map. And then there's this low ground, which is kind of broken up by sort of like different kind of inside barns and in like sort of like enclosed areas. Right. So it's actually kind of varied, and it's pretty fun to play. Now, what's crazy about this is there's, like, if you're not familiar with Horde mode, it's wave-based, and every 10th wave you get a boss fight. So what we're looking at now is every boss wave.
Yeah, this is wave 10, as you can see in the upper left corner of the screen here.
Right, and as you kill more enemies, you see that they drop this little, like, power icon, and you can run over that power icon to collect it, and you deposit it into your fabricator. Thank you.
This is you playing?
This is my
your
gameplay,
footage?
Yeah. You'll see back here in our base, which we've decided is back over here towards the edge of the map because we felt like it'd be easier to hold with our backs against the wall. You can deposit that power, and the power basically allows you to upgrade your sort of base, put down like static defenses, as well as other things like sentry turrets that automatically target things and destroy enemies, as well as like slow them down or stun them. There's also a weapons locker, which you can put weapons into, like power weapons that you collect or that you buy, and it automatically restocks their ammo after a round. But all that stuff is something that like the engineer can continually upgrade and provide support to the team.
Interesting.
I'm playing the sniper class, which he gets a 30% bonus with rifles, as well as exploding headshots. So this is me basically trying to hit everyone in the head as much as I can all the time.
So we've already moved, the Snatcher is dead. We've moved to wave 20 now.
Yes,
and
which we got another Snatcher, actually. So the boss waves are randomized. There's like a pool of bosses that you can basically...
Which, as I recall, that's how it was in Gears 3 as well.
Yeah, and I just wanted to specify that because I did not personally play Gears 3, so I don't know if this is a new thing. But yeah, they are randomized. You can get 2 in a row or sometimes, but it's pretty varied most of the time, and you'll get a bunch of different bosses like from boss wave to boss wave. What's really interesting about this is, like the first 20-25 waves, most of the media up there with us was having a pretty easy time. Like, you can get there pretty easily. But once you get to 30 and beyond, it becomes extremely difficult. And
that's a lot like how Gears of War 3 was, actually. That's where it really started to hit the curve.
Yeah, our strategy had to change significantly in order for us to really combat these later bosses, as well as your communication and your teamwork really has to be on point, because if you go down and you are not revived instantly, sometimes it can be too intense for other people to even get over to you because they're just hunkered down trying to get stuff down. So this is a carrier. This is the boss fight we actually first played against at PAX when we did it.
And you mentioned that the first 20-25 waves not too bad, and we're here now. We've moved. We've skipped ahead. Again, this is an edited video. We're just showing you the boss waves. This is now wave 30.
Right, so we're building up our infrastructure a little bit. We got a pretty solid base. My strategy here was like, I'm going to hold the high ground because I need to be hitting people in the head. And
if you're the sniper. You're still the sniper right now?
I'm still the sniper, yeah. I played sniper all the way through this because, again, once we get to these harder waves, you really have to find a strategy that you can execute and then hold that strategy. So my engineer built me this little shock trap behind me, so if anyone tries to flank me, they get stunned. And then I can basically sit on this high ground and kind of shoot people in the face uninterrupted and kind of help my friends deal with deal with the amount of ads that they're dealing with on the ground.
So you're more or less playing a support role right now. Like we've seen the first Wave 10 and Wave 20. You have not really been paying much attention to the boss itself, and neither are you doing so here. You're kind of you're picking off everybody else while your teammates
yeah.
get in
So
there on
that's
the
the
boss.
thing is like if all of your teammates are fighting the boss, you can really quickly get overwhelmed with just ads, right? People coming down on you, and they're really low, and they're pretty easy enemies to kill. But just if there gets to be too many of them, you're going to be screwed. So my whole job is someone who can, for the most part, deal with good big crowds, because if I shoot them in the head, their heads explode.
There it is.
Also, I get a little bit better because I switch later on to a longbow sniper as opposed to this like decent but like single shot rifle. Also, my main weapon is the M-bar, which is like it's a DB weapon that has no scope.
Right.
But it works like a railgun. You charge it up, and it does massive damage. And if you hit people in the head like that, it really makes a huge explosion.
I want to say, Sean, I am really excited about Gears of War 4's Horde mode, and you and Alana have played it a couple times. There was PAX, and now this event up the studio.
Yeah.
The one thing that's worrying me about looking at this footage right now, I'm seeing quite a few Horde enemies that aren't really moving. They're just kind of standing there waiting to be shot.
So there are, I mean, the AI can get, again, it gets more intense as it goes on, but like you'll see they sprint around and they try and flank and stuff. Most of the time when you see enemies not moving like that, it's because they have nowhere to go. Like there's other enemies kind of in cover nearby them, and they won't double up. But trust me, like the AI felt plenty difficult towards like,
the end. All right.
Like, later
so we're heading
waves.
for wave. We've got 2 more to look at. This is now Wave 40. It has begun. Here is your sniper class.
Yeah. So at this point, we wiped so many times between 30 and 40 that
tough road, huh?
Yeah, it's so hard. Trust me, like it's really hard. And so our strategy was like, all right, I need to sit in the very back and shoot uninterrupted basically the whole time while everyone else deals with the bosses and ads that are flanking me on the left and right. So that's what we're doing here.
I need to ask you a little bit. I haven't even talked to you once this whole video. If maybe you haven't been following all the coverage, the emplacements, all the defense stuff. Talk to me about setting up your defenses and your sort of base of operations. I know you can transport your base of operations, right, and kind of set up shop wherever you want.
Yeah, absolutely. So different journalists, teams did different things. We thought that this would be the best way for us to be successful. But yeah, like we wanted to put our backs against the wall and then build our defense outward and
big
around
choke
us.
point right here.
Yeah,
so
and we figured this low ground was good because there's really only 2 ways to enter. There's this main sort of straightaway, which I'm looking down right now.
Yep.
And then a little bit of a hallway, which is like a garage there on the left. And then there's a tiny stairwell over here on the right, which I had Alana watching.
Yeah, you got some
basically
barbed
the
wire
whole
over there,
time.
too.
Yeah. So you can put static defenses in these things, like I said, shock traps or barbed wires that slow enemies down, and they have to destroy them in order to get through. There's also sentry turrets and shock turrets and other support classes like holograms and stuff that basically, see, like when someone gets into the base, I'm very not equipped to handle it because I have long-range weapons only. And this carrier dude, he just is a big hulking dude with a whole bunch of
and he has
HP.
broken through the gates.
Yeah, and he just walks up to you very slowly and starts wrecking shop. So yeah, like you really have to be strategic, but that's how this works. Like you got to really figure out about how you're spending your points and your power, and on what defenses, and then you're making sure that those are spread out, as well as in the right places to be able to get maximum efficiency.
This is looking so much. I just want to be playing this right now.
It was a lot of fun. Like again, so you're seeing the rounds where we successfully got there.
Yeah.
I want to stress that this 17-minute chunk of gameplay was recorded over 6 hours.
Wow. Okay.
We started at 11:30. We got through the first 10 or 15 waves. We had lunch. And then when we came back, we made it to wave 35 before we started wiping over and over and over again. And we were like, all right, we have to change up the strategy. And then we got to level 40. We wiped there for about 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then we finally figured out how to get through it. And like Ryan said, me and Alana were the first people outside of the Coalition to complete Horde mode.
And you've run out of ammo again.
Oh, yeah.
Back to the sniper rifle here.
See, like, this is the thing is when you're taking a little bit of damage like that, it's hard to land your headshots.
Yeah. Oh, man. At least the carrier's dead.
Yeah, we finally killed the carrier.
Just a few more guys to go.
Yeah, and so at this point, you'll see us actually slowing down. Like, you don't want to slow down so much that they're wrecking your base, which is what happened, right? Like,
Yeah.
you saw them, like, attacking your defenses and stuff. And trust me, you want that stuff up. Is like, if you get to a boss wave and your defenses have been wrecked in the prior 10 rounds, like, you have no holograms, you
Right.
have no
So
defense to face, like, you are screwed.
You just rolled by your fabricator there. Now, you could have maybe tried. I mean, you're almost done here, but you could have used that to try and put up some, reinforce some stuff.
Right.
Or
So
put
the thing
something
is, like,
else
it's
up.
not just something that you spawn. When you spawn like a defense, you have to literally physically carry it over and place it on the ground, which makes you obviously kind of
Vulnerable.
a sitting target.
Yeah.
Sitting duck. So you don't want to do that mid battle as best you can. But you can see all this power on the ground. There is a class called the
Oh,
Scout
nice
class whose
shot.
card is. So you have like a perk system, right, for any of these classes. The Scout, basically, anytime he picks up power, it counts as double the amount of power during combat. That's one of his cards.
There it is.
So you really want to like leave one enemy up at the end, go around and collect the power so you get the bonus, and then continue onward.
Yeah.
50, this is where, again, that round took us so long
Right.
to get by, and then this is 50.
Here we
and-
go. Wave 50, the final round. You're
And this one's
witnessing-
hard because we have the Kestrel, which is that chopper. You can
let's-
see him flying around.
I
up
saw him
there
there out of the corner of the screen there for a second.
Yeah, now this one's tough because, like, we actually, fellow journalist from Polygon, I believe, Arthur Gies, was on a team that made it to 50 and then couldn't get past it. And it was because on the final round, they had chosen the high ground up there. And they were like, we're going to take this high ground and we're going to reinforce it all around. And then on the final round, they got the Kestrel, which is in the air.
Who can fly?
It
yeah.
could fly, and they could not beat it. And they were screwed. So we were lucky that we kind of chose this spot for our, to make our last stand. But it is tough
Nice
because he
shot.
can really get all over you.
Oh, man. This cannot come out soon enough.
It's a lot of fun. And again, like, this gameplay isn't the most interesting gameplay because it really comes down to the fact that you have to execute a strategy that you know.
We're not witnessing
gonna
your
work.
struggle here. We're only witnessing the triumph right now.
True, but also, like, the sniper's role is to deal with the ads so that, like, these big ads, you don't want them to get close to you.
Yeah.
So you better shoot them in the head and get them
Nicely
to explode
done there.
long before they ever make it close to you because your teammates are, they're shooting the boss.
10 rounds left, Sean. Oh, nice shooting there. So you guys are holding up very strong here early on. You're halfway through wave 50. Just overall, as we watch this wind down, what are your overall thoughts? You said you skipped Gears 3's Horde. What do you think of Horde mode after spending 6 hours plus playing it?
So I'm a big fan of this type of cooperative PvP type stuff, right? Like, it's not exactly PvP, but it is multiplayer,
Yeah.
right? Like, and I like that because it encourages a cooperative aspect rather than a competitive aspect, but
Yeah.
you're still trying to be like, hey, look how many kills I got, look how much I
Absolutely.
contributed to the team. But it's so much fun to get in there with your teammates and figure out a strategy that works best for your guys' playstyle and your guys' class
Oh.
choices. So, man, like, it's a lot of fun. I had a great time playing it. I honestly did. There were times after wiping for like 2 hours on round 40 where I was like, Alana, I don't think we can do this. And to her credit, she was like, Finnegan, no, we are going to do this. We can finish this, and we totally did.
Oh, this looks like a pain to bring down.
Oh, yeah.
Fortunately, he's not focusing on you right now. But just three enemies left here. Looks like you're about to go get one of them.
Yeah, so it was really nice that we actually were able to. That's
Oh.
Alana right there, sawing people in half.
2 down. Oh, and now you've got the drop shot.
Yeah, which I don't really
Which
know how to use.
I don't. Yeah, you can't even get it at the.
I think it's something you charge. I don't really know, but like it's really powerful.
I don't know
You
if-
saw me like I dropped it and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing with
It's
this
not.
thing.
I don't think. Yeah, it's not meant to shoot that high in the air. 2 left.
Yeah, so again, this is like you want to deal with the ads because the boss does so much damage and is so
Yeah.
mobile that you got to be able to clear the ads out so you have more flexibility to run around the map. But this guy, even then, he does high DPS. If he focuses on you, you are screwed. And he can fly, so he has the ability to kind of really get anywhere on the map and really push you.
You're in a good spot right here, though. Very
Yeah.
protected. Got a good, decent open look at the Kestrel. Down to it is just the Kestrel left now.
Yeah,
Oh.
it was a lot of fun, man. Like I had such a great time, and the devs up there are so nice and helpful and friendly, and they're just really happy to like see us kind of get our hands on it and finally, have some feedback outside of outside of what they've been doing in the studio all this time.
And you're playing. Looks like you're playing as you've been playing as civilian Marcus, civilian old man Marcus.
Yeah, so he is technically called this model called Old Man Marcus, and I thought like it was really cool. We got to play a little bit of the campaign, and obviously he's a character in the campaign, so it was a lot of fun. I'm a big because I only played the first Gears. I'm a big Marcus Phoenix.
Absolutely.
Fan, so
oh, come on.
But yeah, it's class based, but your classes don't affect your model, so you can choose whatever model you want. Just because you're, a sniper or a soldier doesn't mean you have to be Old Man Marcus or whoever. But I chose
you
Old
got
Man
him.
Marcus. Oh, he's almost there.
Oh no,
I
just heard exploding. It's so close.
Yeah,
and you've got one M-bar round left. You'll have to
yeah.
move to something else. Oh, and there it goes.
And I was just like, hey, chilling.
All right, let's watch you finish this. Just another minute or so, and this Kestrel will be down, and Horde will be complete.
Yeah. It was, again, I just want to stress, it was a lot of fun, but it was very, very difficult. And we played on normal.
Yeah.
This was normal. When people
Good luck with
finally,
insane runs.
Yeah, when people finally get to playing hardcore and insane, I can't imagine the amount of difficulty that you're going to be dealing with. Those enemies are going to be so lethal, and you're going to have so much, the moment you take a hit, you're going down. It's going to be crazy.
Here we go. It's burning. It's burning, Sean Finnegan. We're going to have a lot more to discuss about Gears of War 4 on IGN coming up today and this week. And then, of course, the review will be right around the corner. We're talking about Gears 4 a lot on Podcast Unlocked, our weekly Xbox show that you and I are on.
Definitely.
So we are really still just getting started with Gears of War 4. It's coming soon, October 11th or so, if I remember correctly.
You are correct. It's right around the corner, man. I think the hype is palpable for sure. There's a lot of people talking about it. I think a lot of people are really interested, and everyone who I've talked to who's gotten their hands on it has really enjoyed their time with it.
It seems like it's in good hands with the Coalition. With Rod Ferguson, of course, worked on the original trilogy, and the team there. There it goes.
There we go.
Excellent work. Brilliant stuff. That is Gears of War 4's Horde mode. All the boss waves. Great job, Sean Finnegan. For more, stay tuned to IGN.